Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the bold analysis. I have just arrived from Kamkunji and I decided to go to Kamkunji, take the risk because I know there was a bit of that scare that there could be mayhem there, but I had known before that it was going to be a very peaceful event. And I went in Kamkunji, if you ask me, just to make a personal observation. And I wanted to find an answer to this question. Do Raila Odinga have the commitment, the conviction, and what it takes to go through, or rather to organize and take these illegitimacy programs against William Ruto? And I came back with the response on what exactly is happened there. And in this analysis, I want to divide it into two. First part, I will try to look at individual leaders. What I saw, because I had a privilege, I was few meters from where Raila was standing. From the podium to where I was standing, nilikuwa katikati ya hiyo crowd. Even though I arrived there a little bit late when Martha Karua was finishing, but by the time Raila was talking, I managed to penetrate and salute to some good security guys around. And I stood directly opposite Raila Odinga just to see his body language and what exactly is Odinga up to. So, one, let me start with Martha Karua. I think naturally, in those events, there's some three people that are outstanding. Martha Karua, Raila Odinga, and Babu. I'll tell you why, as we also look at the rest. Martha Karua sounded brave. He has the vigor, and as a woman in front, phenomenal. It's phenomenal. If I can paraphrase that amongst the people, she doesn't seem to be shaken by what is going on or what other people are saying. I want you to listen to a snippet of her speech here.
Amolo Odinga, kwanza niwashukuru sana sababu mmekuja bila uoga. Mmekuja bila uoga. Kila wakati tukisema tuko na mkutano, wanatubabaisha, wanasema watapambana na sisi. Mimi nataka kumwambia William Ruto na vibaraka wake, Kenya ni yetu na si yako. Wenye nguvu ni wananchi wa Kenya. Hata katiba inasema kila mtu amepewa nguvu za ofisi na mwananchi wa kawaida. Wasiposikiza wananchi, tutawafurusha kwa hizo ofisi zao. Hatuwezi kaa kimya nchi yetu ikiharibiwa na wale wamenyakua mamlaka wawe wanatoa matusi kwa wananchi na viongozi kila siku. These people are behaving like high school bullies.
And I can tell you this, if you listen to the way Martha Karua spoke there, she looks strong and up to the task. Then there comes Raila Odinga. Before I tell you something, Raila was looking very angry. Alikuwa amekasirika kabisa. And you look at him. I remember at a point he said Gachagua, when he said that Gachagua should not scare him with Mau Mau, kwa sababu huyo Maumau babake ndiye alitoa jela, and he was talking about Jomo Kenyatta. He was nearly in tears, let me tell you. You look at the eyes, red. And I agree. That's why when you listen to Kalonzo was saying kwamba Raila alikula nini South Africa, I think that was a different man. I saw a different man. He seems very serious and very angry and very bitter. In fact, it borders bitterness. I remember the person who was next to me was even whispering, "Hey, bana, kwani nini mbaya na mzee? Mzee amekasirika." You know, if the people around there could whisper, if you talk to anyone who was in the Kamkunji and managed to be around that place, mwenye alikuwa hapo ukitoka nje, that's what people are saying. Hey, kwani kumeenda aje? You know? And Kalonzo is Cajun diplomatic, but that's him. That's what Kalonzo is meant to be. Wajakoya brings in the youthfulness, but I've decided to look at Wajakoya in my next analysis. But I'll speak more about his presence there. And Babu Wino is the destroyer of it. Of course, bit of trying to drag his oratory skills and the way he can deliver his speeches is a bit destroying now. That these consultative meetings or these rallies will create the new crop of front runners. I can tell you. Because the tide is shifting. I want you to look at this tweet. When I was just coming home, nikiwa kwa gari, I saw a tweet from Mtaani. And that tweet really captured me because I was just trying to relate it to what I saw in Jacaranda. Let's look at what he's saying. And I want to tell you what is going on. Dear President Ruto, never fight a man who has nothing to lose. Hustlers are like pendulum. They swing to the side that is anti-authority. Do not take Kamkunji casually. Revolutions start in small installments, little by little, then they acquire a life of their own. Okay. I can tell you, Raila has nothing to lose. Mimi, nikikuliza, I think the people I work with, someone was even telling me there, Kevin, mzee, huyu mzee anaweza fanya anything. I can tell you. If you decide we're going to take it, leave alone even 2017, I did not manage to be around him in 2017, but on this one, I was talking to the guys telling me 2017, I was a journalist, so telling me, Kevin, 2017, in 2018, I was in the mock swearing in Uhuru Park. That is not this man. By that time, that was the event that was most emotive, and that was at the peak of political activism, but he was shaky. But on this one, he doesn't look shaky. He's going for it. And when he tells you kwamba niko radhi kukufa, I don't think it's a small statement.
Sisi wawaje kututisha sisi. Sisi hatuwezi kutishwa na Bwana Ruto na Bwana Gachagua. Sisi ni wa Kenya na tutakuwa Kenya hii. Wameiba ushindi wetu, au sitaki waongeze na matusi. Sisi tunadai haki yetu na tuko tayari kukufa kupigana kwa haki yetu. Tunataka Wakenya wajitokeze wasimame imara bila kutuletea kura yetu ambayo iliibiwa. Hakuna haja ya uchaguzi mwaka 2027. There will be no 2027 mpaka tusafishe uchafu ya 2022. Now here there are no two ways about it.
So that is just a snippet of his speech. And I've seen people talking about, I was in Kamkunji, the last one in December, and this one, the turnout was huge. It was bigger than the Kamkunji one. So someone telling Ruto, someone who took the two photos, like this one is for today. If you compare the one for today and the one in December, this one was huge compared to December. That's why I agree with what Mtaani is saying. It starts bits by bits. Remember, this has been the same venue. So most probably, there are people who were they just recycled. There is a recycled crowd. Kuna crowd ilikuwa, and imekuja bado. Jacaranda will be another venue. Think about it if it goes to another town. What do you expect? So that's what is going on. That is what is going on. And that's why I see that Raila is out about it. Whether, my question was on this whistleblower. Is it something? And they seem convinced that the whistleblower gave them the right report. Now, I want us to listen to this speech. Then from this speech, I'm going to look at what is fueling or the engine behind this Azimio rallies. We'll look at that. But I want you to watch this clip.
But the IEBC, under the then chairman, Wafula Chebukati, two commissioners, Abdi Gulie and Boya Molu, and the chief executive officer, Marjan Hussein Marjan, formed a cartel within the IEBC to the exclusion of the 4 new commissioners, disregarded the votes you cast and cooked their own results. Fellow Kenyans, the presidential results announced unilaterally by Mr. Chebukati on August 15th were entirely made up by him and had nothing to do with the votes you cast. As leaders who also believe in the rule of law, we immediately filed a petition at the Supreme Court to dispute the results. At the time, our own internal polling data and the external objective and impartial independent polls all showed that we were headed to victory with a very healthy margin. Even the exit polls showed that we had won the company of margin. Now let me shift to the matter of the IEBC whistleblowers. Whistleblowers. Afrika Furimbi. Afrika Parapanda. Afrika Parapanda.
Ladies and gentlemen, kindly subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell, and also like our video. Thank you very much for those who support us from different parts of the globe. There are a few people who are asking for my number, or those who have. For those who don't have, my number is 0710 62 78 89, Kevin or Low. Yes, so I can share the number. I think that's the number that is there for your support, and we shall be grateful. What is the engine behind Kamkunji? 4 engines. The first engine is that the population is angry, hungry, and the anxiety is high. The population is very hungry and angry. Watu wamekasirika. Kwamba. And that's what someone should tell the president. You can actually take Raila's meetings as mere political gatherings and frame all sorts of narratives that this is maandamano, they want nusumkate. The other day it was like it is organized by cartels, But when you see the kind of turnout coming out, that turnout and the body language, the way people are turning out and people are interacting with them, it actually tells you that the population is swinging their side. And by then the population can swing. No, Aslas are waiting for Ruto. Aslas are around Kenya Kwanza because of what was promised. Without it, Aslas normally swing to the side. Mali watu wanateswa. That's how it is. And the president will find himself with very few options, including stealing the votes, rigging in 2027, if he's not careful. So, and I realized that the debate of handshake and election reforms is really deep in the public. I remember when Raila says, I don't want handshake. Look at that. So you look at how that statement charged the masses. And the one thing that is going on is the issue of election reforms. The election reforms and the handshake is telling that people, and in fact I can say, if Raila is watching, oh my, I know, of course, some few people around are watching, including Winnie Odinga, who is also a subscriber. I believe so. So, Raila should not think of a handshake. Because with the way he has carried the population with him, the population seems to be coalescing around a specific idea that we ought to have the presidency. What was promised, what we promised are supposed to deliver, but we are not in a government that we belong to now. That kind of narrative, the way that has carried, if you say, like today, I don't recognize President Ruto, should not think of a handshake. And so it's neither here nor there. That's the one thing. I can take the second thing. The confrontation that is Rigathi is boiling around Raila Odinga is fueling emotions in public. I don't know who will tell Rigathi this. You know, I can tell you, when Raila was in that podium and Odinga mentions Rigathi, Gachagua, there is a way he says it, something, I don't want to say it. Anachukua hiyo ga anaongeza na some low words. There is a way he says it, the crowd goes frenzy. And if you ukipan camera utaona, and just go even review those videos, utaona the way people are reacting. That when you mention Gachagua, I'm telling you the crowd goes frenzy. And it's a very simple statement. You know, I'm even wondering who is advising Kenya Kwanza. Okay, Raila has been in this politics for quite some time. How would Rigathi go to a podium and say he wants to deal with Raila? I'm like, hiyo inatoka wapi? How do you start saying that? Okay, kwani unadili amefanya nini? You know, and this very chest thumping by the KK side, Rigathi saying you want to deal with Raila. I can tell you, there are some people that are going to those rallies and they are attending because they want to hear what Raila will say, the way Rigathi has been attacking him. Rigathi thinks he's making a name by attacking Raila, but that confrontation is what Raila is thriving in. Because at the end of the day, Raila has a sympathetic following. The following is already the public is already sympathizing with him. And so there's nothing new, you're saying. That confrontation. And if it continues, I can tell you, for now I know Kenya Kwanza from tomorrow, Wednesday, though, the discussion will be about Raila. Everyone will go to press conference and appear in interview as panelists and talk about Raila Odinga. The more you attack Raila, that confrontation, the masses will swing to him. I can tell you. Even if the masses have ever been with him. No, if you ask between Raila and Rigathi, okay, you can't compare. Let me even start. Let me not even go there. The other thing I see fueling them is security attempts, intimidation attempts. I will also look at that in my next analysis. How? The giant in the house. Kenyans have unmet ends. Joblessness, high cost of living, and hopelessness. So someone is saying that revolutions normally occur when people are fed up with serious matters like unemployment, lack of basic necessities, and economic strangulation. That is the big problem. You can peddle all narratives about why Raila is going to Kamkunji, or who is funding Kamkunji, or what wants the Kamkunji, but one thing that will remain shamefaced in the eye of the administration is that a Kenyan who was supposed to be working somewhere did not work and got his time and went there. Kamkunji is not very far from Ujokali, along Jogura there. I met a village, someone from my village who anafanyanga hapo, walitoka hawako. So and I curiously asked him, so mlikuja kwani uliacha job? Buda hakuna kazi hapo. Now hapo mbele where Raila was, I was shocked to see some two mamas walikuwa wamevaa zile vitu za biashara. And remember, no one was paid. I want you to get it. No one was paid. I know I don't have evidence, but I've covered rallies, so I know classified audience. There is no classified audience. No one is carrying anything. And I can tell you. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see how this is going to play out. I know we will not want to talk about it, but Uhuru attacks. That is the other engine. The Uhuru attacks have gotten them, the attacks have got their way into the campaign trail. And you know what? Into those rallies. And you know what? Uhuru was a president of this country for 10 years. There are people who still interact with the name Uhuru Kenyatta. So, and if you sample the speeches, you will realize that there was also one common denominator that everyone was talking about, wachana na Uhuru. And I think Raila said that. Wachana na Uhuru. We have interesting times, I can tell you. That's my take about Kamkunji. I have 2 more videos on Kamkunji. So kindly make sure you subscribe to our channel. And those who send a T, send the T. I'll be grateful. The number is there.